401k, IRA, Roth IRA, 403b. It's an entire language in and of itself. So thankfully, we are here today with Jacksonville's financial coach, Adam Wolf, to help us decipher some of this terminology.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But welcome to the office, and thank you for being here.
And so we have actually started on First Coast Living once a month. Viewers are going to be able to write in, call in, email, and ask you a question, and then you'll address it on the air.
Yeah, I handle and field questions every day, all day, whether it's from clients or new folks that we're visiting with, and these, it seems to recur some of these same questions over and over again, but a lot of folks just have, need some answers because there's a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of things that, can puzzle some people.
And I think maybe hopefully somebody out there will relate and go, I have that question, and maybe get over the anxiety of actually coming in and sitting down and not being embarrassed to say, I don't understand the difference maybe between an IRA and a Roth IRA.
Exactly, yes.
There's no shame in that. Okay, so we're going to start with our first question that we've gotten, and I can certainly relate to this one. It says, I work for myself doing freelance work. I make a really great income, but I'm not sure the best way to save for retirement. Is there a particular plan that you might recommend to people who are in business for themselves? Lots of entrepreneurs out here in Jacksonville.
Lots of business for yourself, self-employed folks have they're navigating that world, and it's a little bit different than, working for somebody and having your own 401k provided to you by your employer that you're doing. So this is, you can set up your own sort of separate 401k, your separate IRAs for your business only, and there's different levels of how much money you can put away. You can put the money away like tax deferred, meaning it's going to reduce your taxes now, or you can put some money away and have it tax free in the future, which a lot of entrepreneurs are doing right now.
And you'll help them make that choice, right?
Correct. We can definitely walk them through that. Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Well, now we've got our second question. So when I left my old job, I rolled my 401k into an IRA, okay, terminology a lot of folks are familiar with, but now I'm hearing that Roth IRAs are better. Should I roll that money over again?
Yeah, so the IRA is technically called an individual retirement arrangement account. And so that IRA, you've rolled it over from your old employer plan. A lot of people don't know that you can then roll over IRAs into new IRAs and roll or transfer them directly from where you have it to another one. And I meet with a lot of folks for the first time. They say, I didn't know I could do that. So maybe they're with an advisor or with a plan they're not necessarily happy with, but think they're stuck. This is a way for you to roll or move money or move your assets from one to another. Then you add a little bit of layer of complexity to that should you move it to a Roth IRA, which is tax-free growth and tax-free income or tax-free distributions in the future. So if we think taxes are going up, which a lot of us do, even though Trump's saying it's not for the time being, I think down the road we have to watch out for taxes, and that's a big deal for most of my clients.
See, and that's why it's so great to talk to somebody like you, because you navigate not just maybe what the fees are with these certain accounts, but hey, let's look at where things are going with taxes and things in the environment. That's why you're the coach.
Thank you.
Okay, we have another question. Do I have to name my spouse as my primary beneficiary? Do you get that question a lot? Do I have to name my spouse? This person may have other issues under their retirement plan.
That's a loaded question. So, you want to definitely talk to your spouse first. That's a very, very much loaded question. So you can name whoever you want to be the primary beneficiary of your IRA or any of your life insurance policies. So, and that can be changed at any time. So I get a lot of these questions of, maybe I was married before, or, now my situation's changed. I want to leave the kids, the IRAs versus the spouse. You can change those beneficiaries and making sure that you've looked at them recently to make sure that what your new goals are actually matching up with the beneficiaries. And all this means is that when you go up to heaven, because I don't have a lot of clients to go the other way, we want to literally have that money passed directly to the person who inherits it. And then if they inherit an IRA, they can have those benefits of the IRA holder as well. There's certain restrictions and exclusions that you have to watch out for, but the IRS says you can do it.
And come here and you're going to heaven, and you're going to pay less taxes.
That's right.
This is a win-win.
Yes.
All right, I love this. I love this new segment. This is great. Okay, our final question today. My husband and I are divorcing. We're sorry. He has a pension at his job, but that won't kick in for 10 to 12 years from now. am I entitled to some of those funds? Interesting to pose that question to you.
Now, that's two different ways to look at that. One is the legal way. You know, if you're married, and depending on what the courts say or what the divorce attorneys work out, they will say yes, a portion of that, or not a portion of that. In the state of Florida, you had to talk consult an attorney on that. But when it comes down to if the pension actually says, hey, the spouse gets a portion of it through a survivorship benefit, or if you're military, there's some rules there where it gets split. Having the right rules in place and navigating the rules in place, you may be, as the divorced spouse, having that opportunity to get those funds.
That's why having somebody like you is so important to help navigate not just finances, but sometimes some life changes. Adam, thank you so much. I love this segment. So if you have retirement questions for the coach, you can ask him yourself via email. Email your questions to @jacksonvillesretirementcoach.com, or you can keep your questions brief, of course, but make sure to include your name and your phone number, and Adam might actually answer your question right here on the air. We won't tell your name or phone number. Don't worry about it. But you can also call Wolf Retirement Navigation if you want to schedule a one-on-one appointment with our coach. The number to call is 904-232-8760. Robin or Tracy will answer the phone. They're wonderful. They'll get you squared away with an appointment. And if you have a really good question, you might make it on the air.